Hello, and welcome to another episode of Daredevil, a collaboration from Unpopular Review Entertainment and See the Superiors channel. We thank you guys for joining us on a Wednesday to talk about Daredevil.
Yes.
I gotta say, I mean, just before, if I could pull the curtain back a little bit, first off, hi. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification on both channels for UPRE and See the Superior channel. She's letting us use her channel. She is out this week, and she said, "Boys, can you guys handle it?" And we said, "Come on, what are we, 5? We got this."
That's
and we're going to be talking about Daredevil. And to pull the curtain back a little bit, we just before we went on air, we were just talking about how good of an episode this is. So I'm one of your hosts. I identify as the great Grand Slam Pooba, and I'm joined with Vibrating Vic, the vibrating one himself. Vic, what did you think about this episode?
Oh man, I thought it was great. I had to wait to see this episode, especially considering everything that happened in the last episode. And mind you, there's a lot of people that feel that way. And I'll be honest with you, this guy, you're our unofficial third host. So
you are.
Because I got to give it to you. You came in with the heat prior to us even turning it on. Like, wow. And look, the guy did the research.
Mm-hmm.
This is things that I would say. And mind you, so the animator, thank you for answering these questions, honestly. You know why?
No, for sure.
Throughout this episode, I really wondered what episode this went back to. Because this highlights the fact that they're merging the two shows. Period. Like they're merging the two things. And I am here for it. This episode was great.
And I'm glad that you said that, because it is like a merge, but I also think it's like a great way of saying, hey, this is still a continuation from the Netflix show, and I do enjoy that. And I enjoyed that we had a flashback. So it's been a while since I saw not Wesker. I'm so sorry. That's such a that's a Resident Evil character, but what was his name? You remember his name? The one who was with Kingpin in the first season. He died. It was Wesley. It began with a W. I forget what his name is.
Well, as soon as I saw his face, my jaw dropped. I was like, "Oh snap!" Okay.
Yeah,
Wesley.
Thank you. See, that's our third host here. Thank you.
Right.
No, and he did. It was cool to see him back, and I think what was so cool about it too was not only was we going back to what he said 18 months before the first episode, right?
Mm-hmm.
It was cool that first off, it went back to that first season, and also too how Buck plays into this, because Buck was not in those first 3 seasons. So to see how he was implemented, like he was always there, but he was always there, but they I guess Kingpin decided, or Fisk decided to be like, well, I'm running for mayor. I'm going to need some heavy hitters. I'm going to have him. So I think it's pretty cool that they found a way to show what his origin stories in a way. And it really was a flashback episode, which was cool. But I did like that it was a good balance between the flashbacks and the things that was going on. Because as you pointed out earlier, the way the episode ended last week, and we're wondering how is this all going to play out. And I gotta say, the next episode, I'm very scared on what's going to happen, because Fisk is seeming very unhinged. Don't you agree?
Oh my goodness. And I mean, here's the thing: how can he not?
Right.
And here's the truth: like, I should have saved this for the end, but. Did you see how vulnerable he was?
Yeah.
Did you see?
Like,
that was just so out of character for him.
I feel like the Vince, and I can't say his whole name. I'm sorry, I'm so terrible at pronouncing names, but the way he portrays Kingpin, he's always done such a fantastic job, and I think he's always done a fantastic job on showing how vulnerable he is, and how, like, if just because he lost his wife, right? Let's just jump into it. He loses his wife, and I feel like there's been episodes where he showed how just the slightest thing can rub him wrong. He puffs up his chest, but you say the right thing, he'll burst like a balloon. And thank you, Vincent Denario, I believe it is. I feel like I'm still butchering the hell out of it, but I appreciate that, Silhouette. Thank you for
No,
uh
I mean he's got a lot of range. You should see
yes.
Law and Order.
See, that's the
Just
thing.
Law and Order.
If I could pull back the curtain a little bit, when I first watched Daredevil back in 2015, I didn't recognize him. And then when it was like, that's the Law and Order guy, I said, "Oh, I didn't." And also too because
Yeah,
he put on weight and he cut his hair. And when I do see him out of character and he's not playing as Fisk, I'm like, "Oh, that's definitely Mr. Law and Order."
yeah.
So
No, I
yeah,
mean, but the point of mentioning that is just that he has range. But like,
yes,
but look, Celebrated Animated couldn't have put it better, bro. Back to the little boy he was decades ago.
I love that you put that because yes, that's right. And he's still traumatized from
Yes.
events that happened when he was a kid and never got that, never took care of that, and that carried on into his adulthood.
Mhm.
So seeing him and one of the things I do, I mean, Fisk is a very interesting guy, right? I'm not gonna act like he doesn't do anything wrong. He does terrible things. He squished a man's head, so that's a terrible thing. But he is a man who loves his wife. He loves his wife. He will do anything for her. I even love
Mhm.
there was a part here you're married and you know everything about your wife, you know the things that make her happy, upset. And
Mhm.
the part where he goes, because she said, can I get some pineapple juice? And he says, You don't like pineapple juice. Leaves it makes your lips tingly." And like
Mhm.
he knew every detail about his wife,
Yep.
every little detail.
I mean,
And he
listen, you spend enough time with somebody,
yes.
that's bound to happen.
Oh yeah.
Look, I'll give you an example.
Mm.
I know not to walk into this house with pink flowers. You know
You
what I'm
can't
saying?
bring in the pink flowers to the house.
No, the favorite color is purple. I should know that by now.
There you go. No, I
You feel me?
understand.
I walk into this house with pink flowers. It's like, who's that for?
I love that for you though. At least it's that you can't bring the. You said if you bring pink flowers and she's questioning that. Anytime I walk in the house, I'm asked why am I coming in the house. So I love that. At least you never get questioned by that. I love that
No,
for you.
no, but I mean, like, no, what I'm saying is that if I was to, if I had some flowers to kiss her ass, you feel me? Because I love
Mhm.
her, you know.
You can kiss ass. I love
I'm
it.
at least gonna get her some purple flowers because I like her. If I'm gonna get her the opposite of that, something that she doesn't even like, that's not nice. You feel what I'm
No,
saying? Anyway,
no,
my
I
point
get
of
you.
saying all that is just that I know her long enough to know what she's
Right.
like. He's like that with her. And my point
Yes.
is that like he was just soft, bro. Like when he was holding her hand and she had just came back, he wanted to do anything. Like his voice cracked. He was
Yeah.
just like I'm gonna say he was like a little kid. And it was just shocking to see him like that. Because in the thing with the deaf girl and all of this stuff, we've never seen him vulnerable like that until this episode. Now, I could be wrong. Silhouette Animator might pull an episode right now where he was
Yeah. He
wrong.
might. He might say season 1, episode 6.
Facts.
Pay
For real.
attention, Vic.
I'm
Right. But no,
telling you.
he's shown, and I feel like he's shown senses of how vulnerable he is. I feel like there's been other episodes. Like I think about that one episode in season 1 when he killed BB's uncle, and BB's uncle because he was trying to get the scoop. I think he was interviewing his mom, and it triggered him, and not his voice breaking up or anything like that, but you could see how it really affected him in a way where he doesn't walk around with a body of armor. He's pretty fragile, I feel like. So
Facts. That's true.
it did show. I do think this was probably the. I feel like there's a lot of things that
Uh,
happened in Fisk's life that really broke him. You mentioned Echo. I'm pretty sure that broke him because that was his goddaughter or something like that, his niece. And then you think about the stuff with his father in the earlier season that showed how he became the man that he is. So I feel like this is one of the other things that add on to I don't know if it's necessarily trauma, but the stuff that makes him unravel, if you will. And also too him getting his ass kicked by a blind man named Matt. I'm pretty sure that also sent him over the edge.
hmm.
But it was a pretty good I thought the scenes with him and Vanessa and him just, I mean, he's the mayor. He's trying to get in there, and they're trying to calm him down because he can't even keep it together. And he's telling, um, the leader of the task force to, hey, bring him to me, bring in Bullseye and Daredevil, but alive, because he wants to take care of them himself and punish them. So I thought the stuff with him, and also too, I feel like we should talk about like a lot of the scenes of the flashbacks, the stuff with him and Vanessa walking on the beach, and
That was interesting.
and I think that was almost like her way of like leaving this world, if that makes sense. Like these are visuals, because they talked about that in the last episode where she said, why don't we get out of New York, let's go to the islands that we have. And that's when he said, I don't really like the sand and all that stuff, and you see them walking and happy, and I think that was like hugging into her happy place in a way. Connor, that's his name. Okay.
I personally think she just wanted to get him away.
Yeah.
More hustle and bustle.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, no, for sure. I agree. No, I and I'm 100% on that. She kept saying like, let's leave. Like, what do you have here? Like, you want to run this city, but we literally have an island where we can have it to ourselves, peace. You don't have to worry about vigilantes.
I mean, no, but wait a minute. But here's the truth, though. At the same time, she knew what time it was. She was saying all of that because she was trying to get out because she knew what time. She got debts to pay. She tried to kill Fisk herself, right? Because Daredevil didn't stop a bullet from somebody else. It was Poindexter. He was hired by Vanessa. He knows Poindexter knows her secrets. And if anything, she's trying to hide that from Fisk. Because if he were to find that out, then we'd be singing a different tune.
Oh, do you think? And I'm curious because I don't know if this is in the comics or anything like that. And we see you, Silhouette. I wanted you to know that real quick. Let's just read some of his comments here. He was talking about Fisk was mad because Karen found his mom and Ben was not snitching out to Karen. And thus Fisk assumed it was him and killed him. Okay, right. That was the season 1. And it's interesting parallels with BB, his niece, and Daniel Soprano here. Daniel, yeah. Facts. They're really making us hate the AFTF head. Yeah, no, I mean, I hate that I almost said faction. I'm sorry, I'm such a wrestling nerd, but I hate that group anyway because they just even the part where they go to the. I'm sorry, my cat just broke into the room. The part where they go to the church and they're telling the guy says, "Hey, we don't allow weapons in here because this is a place of peace. This is a place of God."
I mean, and then they just like say the rules have changed.
Yeah.
Ooh, what? That was just crazy.
Yeah, I was like, the rules change. What are you talking? But when you got someone like Fisk and he's telling you, yeah, do what you have to do because he's gonna back them. He don't care. But I thought the stuff with Fisk and Vanessa, it was sad to see because the actress who plays her does a really, really good job. And honestly, I like Vanessa. I mean, she did stuff that was slimy. I'm not gonna lie. She did some dirtbag stuff, but I liked Vanessa in total. I don't know. How about you?
See, here's the thing. I'm kind of disappointed that she's gone. Because I was looking to see how she was going to try to make a comeback. Right? However, the way that they killed her off, I thought was genius. Like it was such a tease. Like she's in the hospital and everything, and she's recovering, goes through surgery, and then they put this whole thing like, okay, like she's getting better, but then all of a sudden, like, because you got to remember, she got hit right in the temple. With this thing, so she probably experienced a little bit of brain damage. So she comes back, she has a conversation with Wilson. He turns into a little boy and is just like begging to have more time with her. He thought that she was about to die and he's thankful and he wants to do everything, and then all of a sudden she has this head trauma and passes away. Like that shit was just heartbreaking, bro. The way they did this episode was just amazing.
I'm curious if so right, I'm pretty sure the head trauma killed her, right? And maybe this is me just thinking and wondering here because she asked for pineapple juice, and I'm wondering if that was something that really was going to like she knew that that was going to be something that took her out. I mean, that's just something to think about. I mean, I was
I mean, no, I love that spot because
mm,
look spot, but I love that spot because um right away he, like you said before, he says, "Wait, that makes your mouth tingle."
yeah,
It's showing the relationship between them.
mm,
It's showing the closeness between them, like how much he knows her,
oh
right?
for sure.
And then the next thing they do is kill her off. Like that is heartbreaking, bro. Like that is crazy. I
I
didn't see
also
that come.
yeah, I was sad as
Mhm.
we finally get the background after 15 minutes. Um yeah, no, I was sad to see her go, and once again, it's going to make me interested in seeing what the next episode holds with unhinged. I mean, we've seen Fisk unhinged, but I think there's going to be a whole nother level of unhingedness, and I
Oh
don't even think it's a
yeah,
word. Yeah,
yeah, definitely, definitely. Like he is gonna pull up all the stops to find them. And here's the truth. I really thought Poindexter was gonna die in this one too. The fact that Daredevil went back to pull him out and did all of this, like after all of the flashbacks, and all because of
yeah, well,
Foggy, you know. And it's crazy
in the fembot.
because Foggy the Fembot, yeah.
I had to look that up because I was like, I never heard of that at all. Like that was a very unique name. I had to
Mhm.
see what it is. I don't think I got a real definition as I quickly Googled over it. But I thought the stuff with, and I agree. I think the stuff with Foggy. But you know what was cool too? They looked exactly like how they did in 2015. Like
Facts.
it just
Yeah.
technology. I know a lot of people are funny about technology and stuff like that, but sometimes technology could be pretty dope. And I just think,
I mean, look, here's the thing about technology.
please,
Would you pick up a sidekick right now?
no,
Exactly. But you old enough to remember how cool it is.
I don't need you to age me. I don't need you to
I'm
age
just
me.
saying, am I
No, but I
wrong?
do. No, 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 you're
Am I
not. I
wrong?
remember. I remember the sidekick. I mean,
Hey,
I grew up in that. I grew up in that time with the sidekick
yes.
and Rihanna umbrella. Yes,
Yes. So you know what time it is. Well, you wouldn't touch it.
yes, 9:38.
You wouldn't touch it now.
Mm-mm.
You know you can't do anything.
No.
You know what I mean?
Well,
My point is,
it's outdated. I get what you're saying. How
when
technology advanced, and you're not going to tell. Because
we're
almost like
not
if you
going
have an
back.
iPhone, the latest one, you're not going to get the iPhone 2 or 3, or oh god, or now people have iPods. I don't think people. I don't know if MP3s are still a thing, but you get
I
what I'm
mean,
saying.
look,
Like now, you can have it on your phone.
hold up. Who makes a long distance phone call?
Mm.
That's my point. That
Oh,
used to be a thing. That used to be a thing. We used to have to navigate around that. We used to have to go buy cards to make a long distance phone call. You know what everybody does? WhatsApp.
that's WhatsApp. WhatsApp. No, WhatsApp is really the thing. You know, it's funny. I feel like moving forward, I think Trio, we need a segment, and it's just Vic reminding us of things that we used to do that you kids have no idea about. Like
No, it's not even
back
about that. It
back
doesn't
then.
matter anymore. Who's buying the newspaper? For what?
Well, to be honest, I don't buy the newspaper, but I do get the newspaper because I do maintenance work just to clean the window. But I get what you're saying. Why get a newspaper when you can get it all right here on your phone?
You're gonna go pay $6 for the New York Times? Would you ever
No.
do that? That's not
Mm.
one. Nobody would.
Well, to
Like
be
now,
honest, if
that
it was
costs
two
bad
dollars, I
money
wouldn't buy
to just. It costs bad money just to be fancy and read the paper. Like that's a privilege, bro.
it.
Like, come on, it's a privilege to be that nostalgic and read the newspaper.
It
Like
is.
you gotta pay real money. Anyway, I'm talking a lot of shit, but
Oh, good.
you know,
I think that's why the people love us and let us do what we do. But let's talk about Matt. And Silhouette's mentioned Matt coming to terms with Bullseye's crime and choices as a Catholic to say Bullseye. And I think that was pretty cool too. And I like the build up towards that. So you could see that you can see Matt is still like, yeah, he's helping him, but he could care less about Bullseye. Bullseye says he mentions Foggy, and he's almost. It's funny because towards the end, Bullseye's like, just let me die. But
Mhm.
right there, Matt was ready to kill him. He was choking him. He said, "Don't say his name." Okay. Okay. And he's choking him. And he's helping him. But these flashbacks where it's showing because Matt, he's pretty much like, look, this guy made it. And talking about a case that him and Foggy was on, there was a guy that Foggy grew up with. And Foggy has remorse for this guy. He's like, I grew up with him. Yeah, sure, he might have did all these things, but it's our job to try to give him the best deal and not be in jail for a long time and stuff like that. Before, but Matt is just like, no, screw him. He did that. It's his choice. Throw him to the wolves. Let him, screw him pretty much all to sum it all up. Screw him, and to see it build up as the episode goes on, because there's a spot where Matt leaves Bullseye and he says, I can't let him grab both of us. I'm sorry, and he leaves Dexter. Point Dexter. And Dexter pretty much was like that. Just let me die. You're silly. Just stop trying to save me. Let me go. And there was a speech between the two, real quick before you take it, but there was a speech between the two of them, and there was something that Point Dexter said where he says, I am who I am. It's almost a story about the scorpion and the frog. Like, yeah, I did that because that's how I am. But to see Matt come and save him at the end and walk out, it just showed that he was like Silhouette pointed out in the chat earlier, how he made peace with the stuff, the past actions of Point Dexter. But please take the floor, Vic. You had something to say, sir.
It's interesting because when he was having the argument with Foggy about representation, like when they found the loophole to get him free, they had that argument. Matt's attitude was very. That's not my problem.
Yes, very much.
He was very much like, all right, whatever. That's not my problem. This type of guy is this. And Foggy was like, I know him different. Somebody that I know his parents. I know people. I know where he comes from. I know his background. Like, bottom line is like, I don't not judging him based on anything else besides all of the nuances that I know about him, and I know he can do better. So I want to help. We all have a friend like that. We all do.
Fair enough.
You know what I mean?
I did. That's fair.
We all have somebody that like we wish they made better choices, and you want to do something, but if you talk too much, then all of a sudden it's a fight. You know what I mean? You know what time it is. So
yes, it's 9:43. You keep asking.
You know what I mean by that.
That's why I keep giving you the time. So I keep giving you the time. But you're right, though. I think we all know we all have a friend or someone we know who have made decisions, but you give them that pass because of that connection. Yeah, exactly. So and even some. No, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Feige, and that's exactly what Feige was doing. And even to the end, Matt knew when he took the money, he knew that kind of thing was going to happen. But the crazy thing is about this whole thing is that it's the flashback that made Matt become this caring person. Like, it's like Foggy is really the person that's the core of the Daredevil. It's saving everybody's lives, even though like they don't necessarily deserve it. Which is
there was a part at the end of that flashback where they said, let's go to Josie's. And Matt is like, what do we celebrate? And he said, mercy. And I think that's where everything. And I think we've all somewhere in life where we thought about someone, especially someone who has passed, and you think about their words and stuff like that, and how at that moment it might trigger something and change your past, the certain judgment that you had, and then you change it and say like, or your perspective, if you will. And it makes you go like, okay, you know what? I was thinking like this, but you know what? I'm going to go this route because that's the right thing to do. Matter of fact, Silhouette said is the only way he could come with closure and was not giving into selfishness. Right. But it was this part where he said, it's about what you do in that moment when you still can. I think that was pretty well. I think that was well said, sir. 100%, and I agree with that.
I mean, and I couldn't put it better myself. Like you just said, this episode was really well. I'm not gonna lie. I feel like this is one of the best shows
Oh, I enjoy it. I enjoy Daredevil, and I feel like I've said it before. I'll say it again.
Mhm.
I'm glad that they didn't. I think a lot of people were scared that they would Disneyfy the show, but I'm glad that they kept certain tones that they had from the Netflix show. I don't think it's as gritty as the Netflix show, but I still feel like there's elements where I don't need to see someone bleeding from the liver all the time, right? Like that's fine. They found a great way to story tell, and the story that they're telling I'm interested in, so I think it's well done. And the last piece of business I want to talk about with Daredevil, because we wanted to break it down into three different pieces here. We talked about Fisk, we talked about Matt. Let's talk about baby soprano. Daniel. Yo, I'm sorry, he is just this he's probably going to be killed soon. I don't know when. I don't think I don't think he makes it. Like when it comes to like the show ends, I don't think he makes it. This guy, look, BB is there, and she's trying to get some information out of him, and he's even like, "You were really doing this now?" And she's like, "I'm so sorry. They're lucky to have you." Gives him a hug, and like a teenage boy, he starts spilling the milk, and he goes, "Well, she's not dead, but she's in critical." Obviously, BB got that information and spoiled it, and he's like, he's like, "Damn it, BB." And Buck comes out of nowhere. I don't know. There's something about Buck that cracks me up. I don't know why. Because like, where the hell did this man even come from? Like, he says, "Come on, let's go for a ride. I want a hot dog." They go for a ride. They go to Albany. He goes into a store. He's getting all these items. We're getting that, like I mentioned earlier, the flashback with him and Was it Wemsley? I'm sorry. Help me out. Wemsley. Okay, I want to make sure. Wemsley. The hell of a name. But we get to see them, and he's hey, I got a job for you and all that stuff. So we get to see where his origins come from, and you know him and Daniel. I don't know why. I kind of just want to see a show with them. Like Buck always make it see Buck is riding with Daniel. Daniel is just trying everything he can not to pee on himself, because Daniel's not about this life. I mean, does anyone think Daniel's about this life? Look, I
Nope.
know that he is the son of a soprano, God rest his soul, but he ain't ready for that life. And he's even spilling. He's like, I didn't spill nothing. I didn't do anything. We don't have to.
Like see, here's the thing. Like,
Mhm. Sure.
I don't think that Daniel realized the gangster that Kingpin was. I think that he just saw the strong man running from me, but he didn't necessarily see who he was, right? So like now everybody sees the top guy in this country as a guy who's really good at knowing what to say. I'll just say that. You know what I
Okay.
mean? Now everybody can see that. You feel me? Now. So he's the type of guy that didn't really see that in Fisk. He just saw the campaign, he saw everything that he stood for, and just wanted to be a part of it. He didn't realize it was this type of action. You know what I mean? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, he didn't know it was about this life. So
Yo, and I don't know why, but that's so funny because like I'm pretty sure we not to say we know someone, but like it's real life, right?
yeah.
There's people who join things not realizing what the mission is on that person's side of things. And then
Hmm.
they're in it. And then they're like, "Oh snap. I didn't know you was about that timing." And you can't really, because he can't just get out of it. He knows too much. He knows
Facts.
way too much. So for
Facts.
them, they're like, "Oh, you know too much, so we have to eliminate you." And he's like,
Exactly.
look, man, I'm just a kid who just want to enjoy some fancy
Uh-huh.
wine and probably
Uh-huh.
there was and probably get into because he's into BB. It's no doubt in my mind he is totally into BB. He wants to
No, but he's not. He's using his whole position to
wealth.
get
He's
some.
using his wealth. Yeah,
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 he's just
yeah,
using
no
no,
doubt.
no.
Yeah.
He's using his connections to get her information. If he didn't have the information that she needed, she would not be around.
Oh, 100%. I feel like he knows that, but
He
I feel like
knows. He knows what time it is. He knows.
it's
He has
9:50.
exactly. He knows exactly what time it is, and he got the right watch to see through people. He can
Where's that?
see right through her, but all she got to do is put
Hold
her
on.
tone down a little bit and flash those eyes a little bit, and let him think he's gonna get something. That is the facts, not the corn. Not the
Yeah.
corn. That's the facts.
I love that I finally was able to put that on somebody else that wasn't me. This is great. We're gonna keep that now. I pulled the curtain back. I sat here and said we're gonna remove that because every time I say something very humorous, I get the coin, and I don't think it's funny.
Yeah.
But don't do that. I saw what you did. No, don't do that. I already know.
Yeah.
See,
You know
this is
what time it is. You know what time it is.
yeah, it's 9:51. But I'm laughing because I don't know.
Oh man, having all this coin. You know what I mean.
I mean, listen, I love me some corn. It's very healthy for you. But I mean, it really is. But I gotta say, and altogether, I thought this episode, I felt like it was a good mix of it was the flashbacks and the emotion. Especially towards the end. I want to say the last 5 minutes of the episode, and you have, Fisk. And I don't know. Do you have a prediction on what's it going to look like for the next episode with Fisk? And same thing with you, Silhouette. Like, what is your prediction about Fisk moving forward?
Mind you, at first, I thought when I saw him holding her hand and hugging her, and like whatever you want, pineapple juice with ice, even though it makes your lips fuzzy, it doesn't matter. Like I'm gonna get you whatever you want because I'm so grateful that you're here. To her suddenly passing away, we thought he was gonna rage in that episode, but this little tease that was given to him right now, oh my god! And the fact that she passed away and and how he literally got to see her demise, because she got hit in the head from this guy. Oh man, it's just gonna be ridiculous. Like I would not be surprised if Fisk like pulls out concentration camps. Straight up. Like if he just starts locking everybody up. Anybody and everybody breaking all kinds of rules. Look, you see how they said weapons aren't allowed in the Church of God? Mm-hmm. That's changed. Thanks to Fisk. That alone can tell you a lot of rules are gonna change. A whole bunch of things are going to change. So let's see what time it is.
And I look forward to reviewing that with you. And I'm sure C will be back back next week. She'll be the one hosting and stuff. But that's really the show. We hope that you enjoyed this Daredevil review. We tried to break down the episode in different parts and talk about some of the key points here in the show. And we're going to be back tomorrow. So we do Invincible and The Boys. We usually split it up, but we're going to, for this week anyway, we're going to combine it. We're going to make it one big block, the prime block. We are going to do Invincible. And right after that, we are shooting straight to The Boys. So that might be a long episode, but we hope that you're there. I know Invincible came out. I have not watched the episode yet, and nor The Boys. I told my mother, I want to give a shout out. We're no longer the bad guys. We are the poobahs. So Mama, she's called Final Poobah, the Final Poobah. And I told her, I said, get some notes and I will read them out loud for you guys because she's a fan of the show. And she said her favorite characters are the worst people in the show. And that's Omni Man and Homelander. And it just makes me go like, no wonder I am such a mess up. So please tune in tomorrow. We'll talk about Invincible and The Boys. Myself, the vibrating one, Vic will be here, and we are going to talk about all things. Well, not Prime, but The Boys and Invincible. So, hey, do us a favor before you leave. Hit that like, subscribe, and notification. And if you are watching this on the playback, tell us what was your favorite part in Daredevil. How do you feel about Daredevil season 2? We are on episode 5, so I want to say we got 3 more episodes left. And what is your predictions for the next episode? if you have spoilers, please don't spoil it for anyone. Let's not do that. Let's be courteous here online.
Animated ready.
Yeah, he already knows.
But you know what though? But I respect him because he's not gonna do that. So I appreciate you.
I respect that too, because not for nothing, Daredevil has already spoiled things because they already sat here and showed that Jessica Jones and Luke Cage and I love this stuff. I'll sit here and every chance I get, I love that they're back. I just wish they kept that under wraps, even if it was already spoiled, kept it underneath wraps. Because I mean, let's be real, Spider-Man: No Way Home. I think we all knew Andrew and Toby. We just wanted to see them on screen just to be sure. But I like that they kept playing like, I don't know what you're talking about, even though people knew. I kind of just wish they kind of kept that underneath wraps. But that is the show. We'll be here another 30 minutes if we kept talking. Myself and Vic say have a great night. And we'll see you tomorrow for The Boys and Invincible. So take care.